When you get a chance, step outside and admire the universe. This is best done at night, of course, but even when the only celestial object we can make out is the noontime sun, the universe is always there, awaiting our attention. Just looking up, I find, helps change your perspective. I have spent most of my professional career being rigorously curious about the universe. Extraterrestrial, the first sign of intelligent life beyond Earth, by Loeb. This book confronts one of these profound questions, arguably the most consequential. Are we alone? You can ask, is he a crazy writer? I don't think so. Right now, I try to read really fast. Abraham Loeb is the professor of science at Harvard University, chair of Harvard's Department of Astronomy, founding director of Harvard's Black Hole Initiative, and director of the Institute for Theory and Computation within the Harvard Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics. He also chairs the Advisory Committee for the Breakthrough Starshot Initiative and serves as the Science Theory Director for all initiatives of the Breakthrough Prize Foundation, as well as chair of the Board on Physics and Astronomy of the National Academies, author of 4 books and over 700 scientific papers. Loeb is an elected Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, the American Physical Society, and the International Academy of Astronautics. In 2012, Time selected Loeb as one of the 25 most influential people in space. Is he a crazy writer? I don't think so. And now, I want to ask, did an alien life form do a drive-by of our solar system in 2017? Yes or no? What do you think? In late 2017, scientists at a Hawaiian observatory glimpsed an object soaring through our inner solar system, moving so quickly that it could only have come from another star. Avi Loeb, Harvard's top astronomer, showed it was not an asteroid. It was moving too fast along a strange orbit and left no trail of gas or debris in its wake. There was only one conceivable explanation. The object was a piece of advanced technology created by a distant alien civilization. In Extraterrestrial, Loeb takes readers inside the thrilling story of the first interstellar visitor to be spotted in our solar system. He outlines his controversial theory and its profound implications for science, for religion, and for the future of our species and our planet. A mind-bending journey through the farthest reaches of science, space-time, and the human imagination. Extraterrestrial challenges readers to aim for the stars and to think critically about what's out there, no matter how strange it seems. Avi Loeb is no stranger to controversy. The profiled Harvard University astrophysicist has produced pioneering and provocative research on black holes, gamma-ray bursts, the early universe, and other standard topics of his field. But for more than a decade he has also courted a more continuous subject, namely space aliens, including how to find them, an interstellar accident, or a piece of alien technology. What do you think right now? So, when a bizarre object from interstellar space halfway through our solar system in 2017, Loeb readily admits that he was primed to see it as a glimpse of alien technology, an extraterrestrial life sail, rather than some errant space rock. In his book, Extraterrestrial, the first sign of intelligent life beyond Earth, Loeb lays out his case that the unusual traveler, named Oumuamua after the Hawaiian word for scout, was an artificial relic crafted by savvy aliens. While this exotic explanation of the object serves as the backbone of the book, Loeb's broader argument grows out of his bewilderment with the blowback to his hypothesis. He regards it an omen of imaginative decay and anti-alien bias in the scientific community. The search for extraterrestrial life has never been more than an oddity to the vast majority of scientists, he writes. To them, it's a subject worthy of, at best, glancing interest and, at worst, outright derision. Skeptics who fit the description should take seriously the meticulous defense of the alien origin story offered in Extraterrestrial. To bolster his case, Loeb points to the unexplained properties of the first known interstellar visitor, its extreme dimensions, its perplexing brightness, and the dramatic speed boost that sent it careening out of our telescopic sights. Proponents of a natural origin for Oumuamua have suggested that it was an elongated planetary splinter or a loose cloud of dust grains. Loeb questions whether an alien origin is any more far-fetched than these explanations, given that scientists have never seen splinters or clouds of this nature inside the solar system. Scientists have also speculated that Oumuamua's sudden acceleration in the outer solar system was caused by bursts of evaporation ice, a phenomenon known as outgassing. As a counterpoint, Loeb points to the lack of evidence picked up by telescopes of an outgassing event. Like an astronomical Sherlock Holmes, a character often invoked in the book, Loeb concludes that the simplest explanation for these peculiarities is that the object was created by an intelligent civilization not of this earth. You don't have to share his conviction to be impressed by the breadth of his argument. Loeb makes clear that he does not consider himself to be a neo-Galileo, and yet he sees parallels between Galileo's critics and his own. Recall the clerics who refused to look through Galileo's telescope, he writes. The scientific community's prejudice or close-mindedness, however you want to describe it, is particularly pervasive and powerful when it comes to the search for alien life, especially intelligent life. Many researchers refuse to even consider the possibility that a bizarre object or phenomenon might be evidence of an advanced civilization. The search for extraterrestrial intelligence, SETI, spent decades on the fringes of science, in part because of the relative lack of empirical methods available to constrain doubts about aliens during the 20th century. Over the past 2 decades, however, an explosion of observational techniques and discoveries, many of which Loeb describes, has revolutionized astrobiology and SETI. Thousands of exoplanets, worlds that orbit other stars, have been detected since the 1990s. Some telescopes are now explicitly tasked with assessing their habitability. A central mission of NASA's Perseverance rover due to land on Mars in February is to look for signs of Martian life. China has built the world's largest single-dish telescope to scan the skies for evidence of extraterrestrial intelligence. On Venus, the possible detection of a chemical associated with life has evoked visions of aerial microbes in the Venusian skies. In the star system Alpha Centauri, the target of Breakthrough Starshot, a recently discovered exoplanet, is sloughing of radio signals, stacking speculations about alien technosignatures. These advances and observations have practicalized the search for alien life in the minds of strict empiricists, which plants Loeb charged that the conservative scientific community considers the field to be a waste of time. It's not that his claims is to some degree inaccurate, but rather that the energy in emerging research about aliens is overshadowing the grumbling of doubters. Loeb has been at the center of media storms and peer backlash about his hypothesis for years, feeling his concerns that institutional groupthink is limiting the scope of scientific inquiry and leaving society ill-prepared to cope should an ambiguous detection of ET take place. The cosmic wonder and quantum streak that inspired Extraterrestrial took root in Loeb's youth. Raised on his family's farm in Beth Hanan, Israel, a village south of Tel Aviv, Loeb had an idyllic childhood. He recalls his father double-checking the rooftop TV antenna to ensure that the family could watch the Apollo 11 moon landing, and credits his mother for gifting him with the life of the mind. He describes a formative boyhood memory in which he deliberates about conforming with other kids and hints at a lifelong instinct to buck conventions. The science I do is connected by a direct line to my childhood, Loeb writes. It was an innocent time of wondering about the big questions of life, enjoying the beauty of nature, and among the orchards and the close neighbors of Beth Hanan, not caring about my status or standing. With a passion for philosophy and an interdisciplinary background, Loeb describes himself as a somewhat accidental astrophysicist. He bubbles over with so many ideas, he scribbles them down in the shower on a waterproof whiteboard. While it's tantalizing to imagine that Oumuamua was our first brush with aliens, Loeb writes most memorable about collecting shells on the beach with his daughters, brainstorming trippy new studies with his many proteges, and seeking comfort in the view of the night sky from our lonely planet. There is no doubt that if our civilization is bold enough and lasts long enough, we will eventually migrate into space and into new regions of the universe that, in essential ways, resemble our current one. In doing so, we will surely be following in the footsteps of those who came before us, just as ancient civilization migrated toward banks of rivers on Earth. Advanced technological civilization likely migrate throughout the universe toward environments that are rich in resources, from habitable planets to clusters of galaxies. But no civilizations, very much including our own, will make the leap to migrating out among the stars if they are not smart enough to preserve their home planets while they plan and prepare. And it's an achievement humanity is less likely to attain when so many of us cling to the uniqueness of terrestrial life like that the ant clung to that grain of sand. We'll have to start thinking differently if we are to come to terms with space. Little risky for scientists, isn't it? Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. And I hope see you next time.